Hello, fellow freelancers. Today, I want to talk to you about why you will not learn anything from my courses. As you know, I have many courses out there. Let's discuss why you won't learn anything from them. So, as I mentioned, I have quite a few courses out there. The main one is how to be a successful freelance translator, but I have other ones on LinkedIn, on networking, on learning a new language, etc., etc., etc. And I've mentioned these before and linked to them and all that stuff. And I wanted to talk about why you're not getting anything out of them. And this isn't always the case, but this was definitely the case earlier on when I first launched my first course. I launched it for free. It was the shell of the course it is now, and it was very rudimentary, but I launched it for free, and I had quite a few issues with it, and so then I started charging for it and became better. But I still see this issue every now and then, that people don't get anything out of it, or they don't get as much out of it as they should. And why is this the case? Well, quite frankly, I spent quite a bit of time making the course, and you'll be able to see, like if you take my freelance translation course, it's about 7 hours of material, plus all these downloadables and stuff like that, which means you should spend just as much time taking the course. Not as much time as it takes, not 7 hours taking the course, but as much time as I put in to make the course is what you should be spending taking the course. So how much time did I spend making the course? I don't know. I mean, a lot more than 7 hours, that's for sure. And I spent probably grand total, I spent, months of time doing it. Now, I started the course in, when was it? 2015, I think. So I've been building on it all this time. So this is gradual over time. But I've been spending a lot of time working on it, and you should be spending just as much time taking it. Why is this? Now, this might sound completely off the charts and ridiculous to you, but the thing is, and I've said this before, the course is not how I make my money. This channel is not how I make my money, okay? None of this stuff is done to help you. I do it as an extra. How I make my money is still in translation. I'm a translator, but the translation agency, that's the main way I make money. And, I do make extra stuff with the course and the book, but I mean, that is not enough to earn a living, definitely. So if I put in this much time and energy and effort into a course that is just something extra, how much more effort should you be putting into that course if that course means your career? If you're taking a course on how to be a successful freelance translator, that means you want freelance translation to be your career. You've done your research, you've decided that my course is the course that is for you, and now you've decided to take it. Why would you not dedicate all your time and energy and effort into trying to build up this career? This career, which, by the way, if you're successful, is so good. You can earn a living while being remote, while deciding on your clients, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I've said this before, but it takes that effort. And so if you are taking the course, yes, you should put at least as much effort in taking the course as I put in making the course, okay? And otherwise, you're not going to get much out of it. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. This isn't something like you can do passively and suddenly start earning extra cash like that. No, this is a career. And, this is very obvious if you want to get a career in finance, that you should probably get a degree in finance or study it or get a CFA or something like that. If you want to be a lawyer, you have to pass the bar exam, and you have to jump through some big hurdles to get there. Well, if you want to be a freelance translator, you want to make it your career, you have to take it seriously as well. And that means that if you do sign up for my course, if you pay for my course, and I know my course isn't cheap, but that's kind of on purpose because you need to take it seriously. And, if you take it seriously, you will absolutely get stuff out of it. But you have to take it seriously. It's going to have to be active participation on your part. And this is with all my courses. Frankly, this is with any course you take. If you decide to pull the trigger and to actually take and sign up for the course, then you should be taking it very seriously. You should be, anytime I take an online course, by the way, or anytime I read a book that has to do with business and where I want to learn from it, I treat it as work. I'm there during business hours, taking notes and seeing right away how I can apply it to my business, in which way and what I'm going to do. And I even say it in my course. I say, I want you to not watch this whole course and then start. You should be starting while you take this course. And I even, at the very beginning of the course, I talk about this step will take half an hour, this step will take half a day. You can finish this off in one day or in a weekend or blah, blah, blah. And, this is on purpose so that you can be working on your own career while you take the course. And that's how you get the most out of it. And I do this with any course I take and any business book I read or something like that. If I want to get the most out of it, that's how I'm doing it. And you have to treat it seriously in that sense. You have to invest. Look, and then if you have questions, if you have issues, I'm more than happy to reply to them. I do it all the time. Even if a lot of people will be like, look, you might cover this later on, but I'm curious about this now. And I get that. You don't want to have to go through 5 hours of material to see if I cover it later when you're worried about it now. I always reply to those questions. I'm more than happy to do it. And, if you're being active about it and actively participating in the course, I'm more than happy to help out. But, that's a big reason why I had to concentrate on answering Q&As and stuff in the course rather than here on YouTube. And I've mentioned this before, my frustration on YouTube very often. But anyway, that's just a point that I wanted to make about the courses. I really do think there's a lot of good material out there, not only the stuff I do, but out there in general. I've taken some courses that have been really good, and I've taken some courses that have been not so good. And I tend to blame that on me. I try to make that a learning experience so that I can see and judge which courses to sign up for ahead of time better. Once I sign up for a course, then I want to be able to get as much out of it as I can. And so I do a lot of research before I actually do sign up for a course, before I actually pay for a course. But once I do, then I do take it very seriously. And by and large, once I do, I get quite a bit out of it because I've done my homework ahead of time, and then I definitely do my homework during the course. So I really hope you're able to do this as well. I really think you can get the most and you can get a lot out of the courses. And there's so many good courses out there and so many helpful tips and so many helpful books as well, quite frankly. I could not be doing what I'm doing without some of the really good books there in terms of business and working for yourself and all aspects of it, from marketing to management, time management, stuff like that. I've mentioned these books before. I can do another episode about the books. But anyway, you have to take them seriously and be active about them. Be proactive in terms of using the material and trying to figure out a way to use it. And by the way, in my experience, even with the books or the courses or anything, anytime I had a question or an issue, I could always contact the author or whoever created the course or something, and they've been great about replying to me and keeping me up to speed and letting me know what to do. So I would say don't hesitate to do that. Whether it's my course or someone else's, take it seriously. And if you have questions, feel free to ask people because, that's why they're doing it. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to, lecture you guys. I just wanted to bring up this point because I do think it's very important. A lot of people will sign up for a course and kind of then sit back and just watch it. And they might get 1 or 2 things out of it, even just passively like that, but you get so much more out of it if you're actively participating in the course. Even if it's a lecture where you're listening to someone, you can get so much more out of it that way. And I do highly recommend that. So that's pretty much it from me in here in quarantine within these 4 walls. And so feel free to subscribe to see if I go crazy during this quarantine by the end of it. No, but I should hopefully have more videos during this time in quarantine. And so I'll see you then. Okay, thanks. Bye. Savidum.